8 myths about sex you might still believe. In today's era, where knowledge about our bodies and health is more accessible than ever, it's time to challenge and debunk the myriad of myths surrounding sex that have been perpetuated for years by movies, media, and myths amongst peers. These misconceptions can significantly influence our sexual well-being and intimacy, leading to unrealistic expectations and misinformation. Contrary to the popular belief that sex acts as a major calorie burner, while engaging in 30 minutes of sexual activity might burn between 85 to 150 calories, achieving significant weight loss through sex alone is impractical. Considering it takes burning around 3,500 calories to shed a single pound. One would have to engage in the act 35 times, assuming 100 calories burned per session, to lose just 1 pound. However, this overlooks the fact that the typical duration of sexual encounters is much shorter, ranging from 3 to 7 minutes. Despite not being a workout replacement, sex offers other benefits, such as enhancing longevity and bolstering feelings of intimacy and pleasure. For those looking to get in shape, a balanced diet and daily exercise are the more effective route, leaving sex to be enjoyed for its emotional and physical benefits rather than as a calorie-burning regimen. The commonly held belief that women and men experience their sexual peaks a decade apart is more myth than reality. It's true that men's testosterone levels typically peak around age 18, while women's estrogen levels reach their highest in their mid-20s, potentially influencing their libido. However, equating these hormonal peaks directly with sexual peak is oversimplified. Sexual desire is not solely dictated by hormone levels but is influenced by a multitude of factors beyond just age, including emotional, psychological, and relational elements. Instead of a fixed peak, sexual desire for both men and women is dynamic, varying significantly over one's lifetime. Dispelling the fear that sex could lead to heart attacks, research presents a heartening reality. Engaging in sexual activity regularly might actually be beneficial for your heart's health. An enlightening study showcased in the American Journal of Cardiology reveals that men engaging in sex twice a week or more were at a lower risk of developing cardiovascular diseases compared to those who had sex less frequently. This positive correlation between sexual activity and heart health appears to stand regardless of other factors like erectile dysfunction, known to increase heart disease risk. Concerns about sex triggering heart attacks seem largely unfounded, with the exertion level during sex equated to the physical effort of climbing a couple of flights of stairs. The exaggerated claim that men's minds are consumed by sexual thoughts every 7 seconds has been effectively challenged by a 2011 study published in the Journal of Sex Research. This research involved 238 students who meticulously recorded their thoughts on sex, food, and sleep over a week. Contrary to popular belief, the results showed that men think about sex much less frequently than assumed, with an average of 19 thoughts on sex per day. This figure is a far cry from the hyperbolic estimate of nearly 8,000 daily thoughts that the 7-second myth would suggest. Interestingly, thoughts about food were almost as prevalent as those about sex among men, with an average of 18 thoughts per day, and sleep thoughts followed with an average of 11 per day. Women's thoughts on these topics were also recorded, showing an average of 10 thoughts about sex, 15 about food, and 8.5 about sleep per day. The pervasive myth that women universally achieve orgasm through penetrative sex alone has been significantly debunked. A revealing study published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy in 2017 provided concrete data to challenge this notion. It found that a mere 18.4% of women reported reaching orgasm from intercourse alone. This highlights a crucial understanding about female sexual pleasure. For a majority of women, additional stimulation, particularly of the clitoris, is essential for achieving orgasm during sex. Indeed, 36.6% of participants in the study attested to the necessity of clitoral stimulation for orgasm. The long-standing debate over whether sexual activity hampers athletic performance has found some resolution through scientific inquiry. Contrary to the advice historically given by many coaches, who have advocated for abstinence before crucial athletic events, research suggests that these concerns may be unfounded. A pivotal study published in 2016 in the journal Frontiers in Physiology critically examined this issue and found that sexual activity before competition does not negatively affect performance. In fact, the study posits that sex might even have a positive impact on an athlete's performance, contrary to the common advice that engaging in sex near the due date might help initiate labor, research indicates a different narrative. A 2006 study featured in Obstetrics Gynecology revealed intriguing findings. Sexual activity in the late stages of pregnancy might not hasten labor onset. In fact, the study, conducted by researchers at Ohio State University Medical Center, observed that women who were sexually active in the last 3 weeks of pregnancy tended to carry their babies slightly longer, with an average gestation of 39.9 weeks, compared to 39.3 weeks for those who abstained from sex during the same period. The commonly held belief that women inherently require more time to become sexually aroused compared to men has been challenged by scientific research. A 2007 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine employed thermal imaging technology to objectively measure changes in genital blood flow as an indicator of sexual arousal. The findings from this study were enlightening, revealing that there was no significant difference in the time it took for both men and women to reach peak arousal, as determined by the measurement of genital temperature increase following exposure to sexually stimulating material. The research indicates that couples with considerable age differences tend to have lower earnings and education levels compared to their counterparts in more age-similar unions. This finding suggests that the implications of substantial age disparities in relationships extend beyond the bedroom, impacting broader aspects of life such as socioeconomic status. Sexual fulfillment and relationship satisfaction are influenced by a multitude of factors, including compatibility, communication, and shared values, rather than age alone. Where men find it challenging to reach orgasm due to frequent masturbation and excessive consumption of pornography, illustrates the potential downsides of too much self-pleasure. Darnell points out that such practices can desensitize individuals to the extent that achieving orgasm during sexual encounters with a partner becomes difficult, if not impossible. Moreover, the habitual use of pornography in conjunction with masturbation can skew expectations regarding sexual encounters, fostering unrealistic standards for partners' appearances and behaviors in intimate settings. Harris confronts several myths surrounding sex toys, including fears that they may cause physical harm or diminish one's ability to enjoy real sex. She asserts that introducing sex toys or masturbation into partnered sexual activities is not an act of infidelity but rather a means to enhance mutual pleasure and satisfaction. Moreover, concerns about sex toys causing genital sensitivity loss or physical damage are addressed with a call for mindful selection of toys made from safe, non-toxic materials.